Hello noobs, in this video I'm going to be telling you guys the best items and the worst items to get or not get in Roblox right now. Some of these items might not be good in a month or so, but as of right now or within the next 2 weeks, these items are either going to be the best items to get or the items you would like to avoid. First item is Odorite Antlers, aka ADA. They've been doing really good, getting nice little OPs, and you could probably get them for a little bit, and they're just not that hard to get for slight OPs or even not even OPs at all with wrap items, and you could probably trade them away for 2k OPs. Another one is Playful Vampire. It's currently in discussion when I'm making this video, and it's really high demand, and I feel like this is the best time to get high demand items. It's still kind of an older item, and I feel like it is going to raise more and more, at least up until 70k. Then I have the Skelly Friend. It recently got valued and it recently rose 6k, but it's an older item and it just typically does well. It gets sold for a lot and it's always just going to do pretty well. I see it just keeping on going up. Even though it's one of the smaller, older items, I feel like it's just going to keep going up. Another one is the Pretty Princess, or the PPP. It recently rose as well, I think, and it's a really good item, high wrap, older item. A lot of people like it, and this is another item very similar to the Skelly Friend. It's just an item that's going to keep on raising just because of demand, and the people that want it will OP a lot for it. Another one is the whole From the Vault series, well, most of them at least, but the first one is the Kawaii Cat or whatever. It's going to keep on raising, older item, again, really popular item, a lot of olders like it, high wrap, basically the same as the last two items, very similar to that. And yeah, it gets big OPs, and the people who want it will OP a lot for it. Next one is the From the Vault Alpaca. It recently got valued as well, and it's just going to keep on doing really well. Another kind of older item, I'd say, and it's been doing super well recently, getting big OPs. So if you don't want to OP a lot, I understand not getting it, but I do think it has a lot of potential to do really good. Another item, this is not value based, this is wrap based, but From the Vault with Dozens of Dinosaurs, I feel like is going to keep on going up, and I think maybe in a couple of months it'll end up getting value based if it keeps on doing well. It's been just steadily improving, and I feel like this is a good long-term item to get. Next one is the Death Metal Headphones, older item, been getting big OPs, and I feel like it's going to keep on raising. This is definitely an item I can see hitting 80, 90, maybe even 100k within a month or two. Next one is Scissors, 65k, recently got valued, high wrap, older item, and this is definitely another item I can see hitting 100k in a couple of months. This definitely has a lot of potential, and the people that want it really want it. Now, items that I think you should get are the Mermaid Queen or Princess set. I think they're all gonna do pretty well. They're all somewhat popular faces, but it's always kind of a low-key item, and they're all kind of low-key good items, including Crybaby as well. They're all low-key kind of popular items, but not super popular, and I feel like they're gonna do really well. I feel like they're gonna follow in Silver King of the Night's footsteps, only because Silver King of the Night was another item similar to that, except it's a hat, and these also have very similar demand. So I feel like these are going to eventually do pretty good, and I think they have been doing pretty good. Now, for an item that I don't like, Catching Snowflakes. Catching Snowflakes is not supposed to be this high, and people don't want it this high. Olders don't like it. It's more of a newbie-ish item, and it really shouldn't be this high, and it's going to die for a little bit at least. I also think Space, or Beautiful Hair for Space People or whatever, and Legit are not going to do well either. Those are two items that are kind of peaked right now, and people do not want them doing well. Owners don't really want a lot for it, and they're going to trade it off for low OPs or low bowls, honestly. So that's another item, or two items you guys should lay off of. I also think the Wistful Wink set aren't really going to do that good. I think Green Wistful Wink might do pretty good, but the other ones aren't going to do very good. Demand is very good, and they just don't look that good, and no one really likes them that much, and the demand is so high that it's just not really going to do super well. Now, items that I do think are going to do well are the whole Bubble Trouble set. I think they're all really solid items. People like to OP for them for some reason, and they are getting pretty decent OPs. I can see them raising 5 to 10k within a month. An item I don't think will do good is the Neon Green Beautiful Hair and the Brilliant Bombastique. They both look very similar except for the texture, but the hair itself is the same thing, and they're just both pretty high demand items that are kind of peaked, and no one really wants them that badly. Now, an item that I do think is going to do good is the Heart Balloon. People really like it, and it's kind of an older item, and it's just I feel like it gets big OPs and it's gonna keep on getting bigger OPs. This is a popular item that people like. Now a set that I do think is gonna do really good is all like the top hats. Basically every top hat on Roblox, even including JJ, I feel like they're all gonna do well, like Bright Eyes top hat for example, and other top hats similar to that. I'll insert pictures on screen. But yeah, all the top hats I feel like are gonna do well. They all are just low-key like pretty popular, and older traders all like them. So 3 items I think are gonna do good are Skull Bandit, Elf Ears, and the Ice Skull of Nevermore. I feel like they're all solid items. I feel like they're all like low-key pretty nice items, and I do think that those are the next 3 items that are going to go from like the 30k range up to the 50k range, and I could see them being there in a month or 2. Now I could say for bigger items like Volk and stuff, but this is for more somewhat affordable items because not too many of you guys can afford like Volk and like CF or whatever. So these are like the best affordable items or the worst affordable items to get or not get right now. But another affordable item I think would be good is the Desert Scout. It's 18k value, it recently rose, and I feel like a lot of people like it, and people are actually hoarding it, which is actually pretty cool to see. And it's just a really nice looking item, and I don't see why it won't do well. Now the last item I think is going to do well is the Dice Crown. Again, I feel like it's around the same tier as a lot of other 20k items, but at one point it was bigger than Catching Snowflakes, and I feel like it's going to surpass Catching Snowflakes in the future. If it keeps on doing well and Catching Snowflakes keeps on doing bad, I feel like it's been slowing down. It hasn't really done too great, but I feel like it's going to start to pop off. Now guys, those are all the good and bad, somewhat affordable items. If you guys want me to do this with like big items like Volk for example, I'm definitely down to do it. Some of these are obvious just when you look at proofs, but even long term a lot of these items are going to be good / bad. And yeah, but always remember demand is key. A lot of these demand items can do well at one point and they can do bad at one point, but I always would stick with demand. Eventually they'll either do well or bad. That's it. Bye noobs.
I'm walking down the line that divides me somewhere in my mind, on the borderline of the edge and where I